Doomsday is upon us, and the inevitable day has finally come. I got something wrong. I know it's nearly impossible for content creators to get something wrong. They would never do such a thing. But I would like to make a public correction for something that I have gotten wrong. When I tell you what I got wrong, you might spit out your gamer subs using code SWEAT at checkout. A little over a week ago, I had made a video about a player that had cheated in the world's first race using net limiting. So it turns out the person that was on this guy's team was actually using hard cheats. This was almost impossible for me to know because obviously I don't cheat in the games I play because I'm not a pussy. So I had every technical Terrence on Twitter and my Twitch chat telling me,
I can't believe you didn't know that was hard cheating. You obviously can't shoot 40 gun shots while net limiting.
okay, I got it wrong. My bad. Regardless, I don't care if you're net limiting, hard cheating. It doesn't matter. I made this video to not only correct myself on being wrong about the net limiting thing that was actually hard cheating, but to talk about net limiting itself. I saw a poll on Twitter today where another content creator, Lucky, had asked the community if they think net limiting is cheating or not. But before we get into that, we need to understand what net limiting is. The technical description for net limiter is that it is a client-side traffic shaping, monitoring, and firewall software for the Windows operating system. So for those of you who don't work for NASA, all you really need to know is it allows you to manipulate the network in-game. Net limiting in Destiny 2 basically makes the game more easy mode than it already is. So if you're a noob at the game and you really suck and you're struggling, it allows players to manipulate the network to make enemies not only stand still, but to also make damage phases last longer. I know people have been using this for the longest time and Bungie has done nothing about it. This was part of the reason that I quit speedrunning, is that people started using net limiting in speedruns and wouldn't say anything. They would submit their runs as legit, and unfortunately it kind of ruined the whole competitiveness of it. But that's besides the point. This isn't necessarily about speedrunning in Destiny 2. It's just about net limiting in Destiny 2 as a whole. So let me show you. I was doing some research, and I can't believe what I came across. I found a Destiny 2 net limiter tutorial. This guy not only showcases how to do it, but he shows himself doing it in-game. I cannot believe this. So yeah, as you'll see here, Witherhoard is a damage over time weapon for those who don't know. So it's going to continually tick and do damage, and only is supposed to do a certain amount of those. But if you're using a net limiter, not only does it make the enemies not shoot you because they don't know where you are, but it's also going to make that damage over time thing basically spin infinitely. If you do this too much, I have seen clips in which people lag out of lobbies, they get error coded out, and they can just rejoin and do it again. But imagine being able to do this in a raid. People do this in Destiny 2. If you need net limiter to be good in Destiny 2, you should probably stick to building blocks in Minecraft. I don't know what to tell you. I just don't understand the whole point of net limiting. Do you really feel accomplished by making enemies stand still and your one bullet do infinite damage? I don't get it. So this is just one case in which people can use net limiting to their advantage within PvE, but there are multiple other instances. I don't even know all of them. I'm sure people in the comments would be able to help with this, because there are a couple other things that I came across. I came across this Bungie.net post. Is net limiting bannable? I just left an LHC raid group because one of the people said they were going to, or were already using a net limiter. I didn't want to get banned, so I left as soon as I heard about it. I'm not sure if they were using it up until I had heard them talk about it, but I also wanted to play it safe and not get banned. Will I be okay? And then someone replied, personally, I joined several raids with people who used LFG, no bans. Bungie has stated that the net limiter is against their policy. Although it's low priority, people using a net limiter run the risk of getting an account banned. This is true. It is against Bungie's terms of service to use network manipulation, which is exactly what net limiter is, to gain advantages in their game. So to kind of go full circle back to the poll that I had talked about, in which Lucky had asked people whether net limiting is cheating or it's not cheating. To blowing my mind with the bazooka. Almost 9,000 votes, 54% of people said it's cheating, and 46% of people did not. That's almost... I know it's a smaller sample size compared to the game's population as a whole, but for thousands of people to say that it's not cheating is a huge red flag. I do agree that it is probably a very low priority on Bungie's totem pole, cheaters being above that, obviously hard cheaters with infinite gold guns. But I genuinely don't understand. I'm going to be honest. I don't even know how Bungie would track this. That's the sad part. Is that this seems to be more of a prominent thing than I even realized. I've been told a lot of people use it in LFGs, like LFG discords. They use it when people go to do raids, and it's like, it's just kind of disgusting. It's disgusting and sad. And the even worse part is I don't think there's really anything Bungie can do about this, because if you do have a bad connection, what are they going to do? Ban you because your internet went out? No, you can't really do that. I don't know what the best way to detect this would be, or the best way to go around it. Net limiter in Destiny 2 just kind of ruins the whole purpose of becoming good at the game in general. It kind of reminds me of people who like watch fitness YouTubers and then they think by buying the fitness YouTuber's magical pill, they can do 6 push-ups and then they'll just be jacked. Like, people just want that instant gratification and they'll do anything to get it. And it's almost pathetic sometimes what measures they'll go to do it. Especially in video games! It's a fucking video game! The whole point of being bad at Destiny 2, those are some of the most memorable memories that I had, is when I was bad at the game. When it took us hours to get through a raid, and when you finally did get through it, that sweet, sweet victory of teabagging Atheon when he was finally dead. When you finally got the Galahorn to drop, whatever it may be. Why take the shortcut? I don't know what needs to be done for Bungie to get rid of net limiter, but it needs to happen. If I haven't persuaded you yet, I have one final trick up my sleeve. One more clip. If this doesn't convince you that net limiting is for absolute loser double dweebs who stick gum in their hair, I don't know what will. So this guy with his net limiter is going to go do damage. He's going to miss his first 2 shots because he's really good at the game. And then he's going to hit the boss with an infinitely ticking anarchy. How fun is that? How balanced is that? I'm pretty sure this is when anarchy was still really good. It got nerfed since then. But the point still stands. Look how fast he gets his super back.
Somehow get us into a bear bonus and we're happy, bitch.
The boss is still there, playing dumb, has not moved. Anarchy is still ticking. He's walking towards the loot. Boss hasn't moved. Anarchy still ticking. Oh my god.